Thank you, guys, and it's 10 minutes to noon, so still a good morning for all of you. Firstly, I want to thank Anilji and Neha for giving UtSide a launch pad. It's our launch today, a launch pad where we are announcing it through the entire AVGC industry, our online AVGC campus. And EduSpark, like the name sounds, is now a very special event for us. It's a spark in us which created UtSide. Now, a lot of you would be thinking, is that a word? So UtSide is actually a mix of two words, utmost and upside. And together we call it UtSide. And the UT, we fondly kind of call it upskill training. That's what we are into. So now this trigger, in your life you have these trigger points which lead you to where you are. And that's what UtSide today, now I'm presenting it to the entire industry as such. So I've been, now there were trigger points in my life as well. I wanted to now get into something creative. So my first trigger point was I saw a computer graphics ad of Kawasaki Bajaj, the cheetah, morphing into the Kawasaki Bajaj. And that's what triggered me, because I thought computers were only meant to do coding or programming. And that changed my world. That was my first trigger point. The second trigger point was my journey to Mumbai. I was from Delhi, born and brought up. And my journey to Mumbai was that I got an opportunity to work in a studio cum education institute, which is called Zika. And I took that opportunity, that leap, because at that time I thought, wow, it is like amazing, once in a lifetime opportunity to kind of work in a studio inside an amusement park and go to your institute in a ferry every day. So that's what I thought was something very incredible, once in a time opportunity. So further down the line, now I got this opportunity to kind of meet up with Saumitro, Ashish, Mayank, Prashant, Sachin, and we all came up with this idea of UtSide. So my session today is on the upskilling in the AVGC industry, because over a period of 15 years, since 2006 when I came to Mumbai, I've seen the industry, the education industry in the AVGC segment from now very close. And I've worked with the top institutes and I've seen where the challenges are. And so I want to kind of take you through in terms of the upskilling part and the need for upskilling in the AVGC industry. Because if you see, the last 2 decades have been the kind of turning points for our AVGC industry. From 2000 to 2010, what we saw was a lot of basic 3D animation or kind of modeling to lighting is work came in terms of outsource. And from 2010 to 2020, we've seen our industry growing by leaps and bounds. We've seen our animation projects and our VFX projects now winning Oscar-winning awards, with DNEGs and the MPCs now leading the way. So the last 2 years have been that main thing which has changed. There has been a consumption explosion with the number of handsets or the screens that have been with you all. Now we've been consuming content in terms of our mobile, our television, on theaters. So there's a huge consumption explosion that we've seen. And so last 2 years before the pandemic, we saw everybody was consuming content and India was growing in terms of the kind of consumption we were seeing. The mobiles were getting cheaper, the plans were getting cheaper, and further down, everybody was consuming more content every day. Today, after the pandemic, now we've seen that things have changed. Now the demand is for quality content. And for quality content, you need quality, specialized professionals. And this is where now there is a huge gap. And that's what we are trying to bridge at UtSide. So UtSide is an online AVGC campus. It's an online training brand, which obviously takes care of 4 I's, which is our motto in terms of imagination, interactive, immersive, and intelligence. That's what we imbibe in our online learning platform. We are a Paperboard Studios initiative, so we have our parent company Paperboard guiding us in terms of their expertise in the production environment. Like I said, 4 I's, which helps us upskill on our online learning platform. These are the 6 specialization courses that we have kind of come up with. And if you've seen Prashant's session earlier, he was talking about the hair and fur part, which is the creature effects. He was talking about the animation part, which is 3D creature animation, character animation. He was talking about compositing. He was talking about look development of the goats. So you need specialized people. What we've been kind of looking at is, now if I've known a lot of professionals who were students of mine earlier and now working all across the world in different international studios. And they are also part of our mentors who will be kind of designing or kind of conducting these courses. So all these are very specialized departments where you need working professionals. And working professionals are the only people who can guide you to take you to becoming a specialist in these departments. And so the first thing was, how do we kind of come up with working professionals conducting programs? So it has to be online. And the pandemic gave us that the heads up in terms of how we can use technology to actually create an environment on online campus for working professionals to take these courses. So first thing was having courses in these specialized departments, and now these courses designed and delivered by experts, working professionals. The second was to create an environment, an online platform for these courses to be delivered, okay, where they can be classes, it can be more interactive, there can be more immersive experience for the student as well as the mentors. So we were trying to change the way we learn, we teach, and then we give feedback as well. That's where we brought in the feedback mechanism used in the studios in terms of giving feedback. You have dailies in studios where now frame by frame there is feedback given to the artist in terms of their different scenes. So that's what we incorporated into our online campus, where the feedback is more visual, more detailed, more understandable for the students as well as the mentors. So these are the 6 courses we come up with: creature effects, 3D character animation, VFX compositing, real-time 3D cinematics with Unreal, look development, and FX with Houdini. So now this is the kind of highlights of our campus, online campus. Now we obviously do online training, which is specifically designed for the AVGC industry. We have specialization courses, which are designed and delivered by working professionals. We have a blended delivery model, because the kind of students that would be opting for these courses are not freshers. They already have a basic level understanding of 3D, the software, or whether it's 3D or VFX as such. So the flipped classroom model is where they will consume content before they come to class, and further down in class they'll have more engagements and more clarity. They can clear all their doubts, and we have a kind of assessment methodology also, where we make sure that the student has understood the concepts 100%. So we have classes, live classes twice a week, where the students can access those classes as recorded videos at their own convenience as well. We're giving a nice gadgets as a student kit, which will help them in better learning. We have Friday master classes, where we'll be inviting a lot of international studios and experts to conduct sessions. We've also included assignments now, which are kind of designed by these experts as per what the studios look at in terms of different courses. But for those assignments, you need resources, you need assets, you need footages, you need some tracking footages for visual effects, some elements in 3D which you will incorporate into your scene, which is your assignment. So we have a resource library which would be accessible to the students 24/7, and they can use it to kind of create their assignments and submit it for a feedback to the mentors. We'll have community meets regularly every month, and we have a graduation ceremony at the end of 1 year, which we want to make it into a festival gala. Like I said, we have a weekly syllabus of a 1-year program. Every batch would have 10 students, live classes twice a week, weekly assignments, and these assignments are submitted, and the feedback, more visual feedback given to the student. The kind of delivery that we have, or the classes that we have, is conceptual as well as practical demo, and the recorded sessions are available to the students. Weekly video feedback every week on the assignments given. The 1 year is divided into 3 terms, and every term of 4 months is divided into 3 months of assignment based and 1 month of polishing of those assignments. So every term you can divide it into kind of basic, intermediate, and advanced. At the end of the each term, you'll have a show reel of that term itself. Batch of 10 students, classes would be concept as well as practical demo. Every class would be 90 minutes, twice a week. And we have 3 intakes. Now, first one is in October, then February, then in June. We have gamification as well. Now we'll have students kind of helping out other students. Now there are assignments which are given stars and can be highlighted in terms of the campus activities by the mentor, and other students can watch those assignments, give their feedback, like them, and kind of learn from other students' assignments. Like I said, peer studies, you can have a study buddy who can help you in other topics which you are not good at. And annual festival, we want kind of awards as well as convocation ceremony for this. So this is what in terms of UtSide is all about. are there at the stall. We'll be kind of, if you're interested in kind of upskilling in any one of these courses, we can give you more details about it. We have a webinar which is on next Saturday, 21st, and we'll kind of help you out in terms of how these you can enroll for these courses. There is a selection process wherein if you're a student, you'll have to apply with your resume, and our mentors who are from the industry, working professionals, and these classes would be happening before and after working hours. There are some mentors who are from abroad, so for you the classes would be in the afternoon, and for them it would be morning. Mentors from Europe and UK. So we have mentors from all top studios who are kind of mentoring these kind of expert specialization courses. And further down the line, one thing that our mentors, now the kind of league of mentors that we call them is that they are passionate about sharing their knowledge with the students. There are some mentors who actually had the opportunity of having a mentor at the early stage of their career. But there were some who did not get mentoring or did not have that guidance and want to give back to the community. And that's how passionate these mentors are, and that's what we want to have in our team of mentors, so that we can create a new kind of league of artists now in these specialized departments, because there is a huge, like I said, a huge consumption explosion wherein a lot of content is being created, whether because of the OTT platforms as well. And studios across the world now have been hiring in these departments. And some of our artists from Indian studios have moved out abroad, and there is a gap which has been created in these specialized departments. And that's where we want to fill that gap, because if our animation VFX industry has to grow, we have to have these specialized artists there helping in creating content. And earlier it was that over the years, now with work experience, you used to grow and become specialized artists. But we don't have time because we are growing at such a faster rate. The studios want more specialized artists, and this is where we feel that the mentors, the working professionals who can design these courses, who can deliver these courses, are the ones who can create these new generation of artists. So UtSide is going to kind of create the new generation of artists with the help of all these mentors on an online learning platform, and with the kind of mechanism, feedback and training required for the industry. And that's what I wanted to focus today for all of you. Thank you guys, thank you so much for your time.
Wow, so how many of you guys are going to sign up for the course? Raise your hands. Like I can see 2 hands over there. Okay, 3, great. So it is really very important, to upskill. That's very, very important, and specializing in certain departments is also the need of the hour, and we need good artists. So please do sign up. And I would like to request Mr. Vishal Vanwari to join us on stage to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Sharma. So by the time he comes on stage, please visit the booth outside of UtSide, click a selfie, and also don't forget to stand right next to the mascot, and lucky winners will get some goodies. All the best to you, sir.